Good morning, everybody. My name is Michelle DiMaggio. I am the NEHA Affiliate Committee Chairperson, and I am joined by our committee members, our regional vice presidents, which we all are regional vice presidents. And I wanted to welcome you to our first annual virtual affiliate meetings, president's meeting. Yay! We also have with us Dr. Brown, who will be speaking later, and as well as Heather and Chana will be joining us as well. And maybe we'll have Tracy. She is also the BIA, the business affiliate, business industry affiliate chairperson who or was, and she'll be helping us as well too. So as a reminder, if you can please put yourself on mute. That way you not only hear me sniffling and kind of every few minutes, but that we don't have to hear other conversations. So if you can please put yourself on mute. And this meeting is recorded. We want to make sure that you have this for future. And for those of us who were not able to join us today, this recording will be made available and hopefully placed on our affiliate webpage. So again, welcome everybody. And what we'll do is, if everybody who is here from an affiliate, if you can please place your affiliate name and your name, and that's how we'll find out who's here today. And that way also our regional vice presidents who are on the line as well can communicate to you and chat back with you. And that was one of the ways that we figured out, with so many people that we might have online today, that going through the chat would be the easiest way to see who's here today. We're not going to do individual greetings, but I will introduce the regional vice presidents. And the other thing that if you have any questions or if there's a concern that you have during the presentation, if you can also put that in the chat, Heather and Michelle, who will be joining us, will help me review that chat, and they'll bring up the questions as we go. And anytime during the presentation, please feel free to ask any questions. And seems like we have quite a few people today. Let's see, I'm going to go to the chat. All right, great. And what we'll do, we'll go ahead and get started. And I wanted to make sure that we got to know our regional vice presidents as well. So we'll start with Region 1. Do we have Bill on the line? I know some of them were not able to make it today. Bill from Region 1? Okay, he's not available. Hopefully he'll be able to join us. I know he's been out recently. So for those of you in Washington on Region 1, Bill is your regional vice president. I am Michelle DiMaggio, Region 2 vice president, and I cover California, Hawaii, Arizona, and Nevada. And for those of you that are here, welcome. Good to chat you. And let's go for Region 3. Who's here? Who's Region Vice President for 3? Are you here? Okay. For those of you that are from Region 3, if you put your name on the chat, raise your hand. I want to see who's here from Region 3. Let's see how do we expand this a little bit. Okay. Region 4. Who's here from Region 4? Regional Vice President? All right, let's do this. Regional Vice Presidents who are here. I see Tim is on. Tim, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey, good morning, everybody. Tim Hatch, Region 7, which is the southern states of Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, and the Carolinas. So glad to be here. Thanks for taking time out of your day. This is going to be something that hopefully will continue on. And of course, for those of you who are coming to Louisiana in late July, we'll get to meet in person.
Yay. Thank you, Tim. Any other regional vice presidents on the line?
Hey, it's Tracy Michelson from Region 5. That includes New Mexico, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Oklahoma, Kansas. I believe that's all of them. And then the business and industry affiliate. And I'm sorry, I'm off camera. I'm literally in my in-laws' basement. I tried everything I could to do some backgrounds and it's still just terrible. So, but I'm here if you need me.
Thank God you have a connection.
Exactly. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you,
Hello,
Tracy.
this is James Speckart, Region 8 Vice President. I represent Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, DC, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and all the uniformed services. And it's glad to be here and hear the feedback for today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, James. Any other regional vice presidents? I know Kim was not able to join us. Nikki may not be able to join us. Rochelle, are you available? Okay. Any other regional vice presidents? Okay. Hopefully they'll be on the line sooner or later. And then, but again, this is just the initial meeting that we're having to get to know each other. But basically, what we are as regional vice presidents, as NEHA executive board, as NEHA as a whole, we are here to help you as affiliates. I know you represent your members in your states and your areas. And through NEHA, we're hopefully here for you to reach out to if you have any questions regarding, for example, I'm helping a couple of my affiliates with their conference. So I reach out to people and say, hey, do you need any help with trying to get presenters? And that's one way that we can connect with you. Or if you want to know, for example, what's NEHA been up to, for example, as you see in the pretty background here, or we recently changed our logo. And so we give you NEHA updates. And not only that, Michelle and Heather, they are your connection as well. They will send information out to, for example, some of the newsletters that you have received in the past. Those are something that they would send out to you as well. But we are here to not only recognize as NEHA, but training opportunities, funding opportunities, any information that your affiliate or your members or anybody in your state would want. We hope that you can reach out to us and as a resource through NEHA. You are valuable partners to us. We really look to trying to meet with you and just to get to know you. If you've been able to attend the AECs in the past, that's one way we can now, moving forward, hopefully we don't go backwards, but hopefully we can introduce ourselves and meet with you in person. Say hello. If you see one of us walking by, just now that you'll be able to see our faces, but say hello. And in the future, what we're planning to do, and I'll talk more about the timing for future meetings, is we would like to get together with you 2 to 3 additional times throughout the year, not only just at the AEC, but hopefully at the winter, just to say hello, a quick meeting. We don't want to take too much of your time. We want to reach out to you and talk about what you need and how we can move forward, especially in the winter. Then again, in the spring, springing forward, how else can we help you throughout the year? And again, at the AEC. So we'll talk more about that. For today's purpose of the meeting is basically get to know you and talk more about what NEHA is and how we can help you. So if we can go to the slides now. Okay. So we do have the executive board. The executive board are those that have been voted in for president, upcoming president, second vice president, and past president. Past president is the person that was previously voted in as president. Do we have, I know we have Dr. Brown on the line right now. Hi, Dr. Brown. But do we have anybody else? We have Tom. He's an executive board. Anna, is she on the line? I don't know if she is, but we also have Larry and Roy, who are on the executive board. And then we'll talk more with Dr. Brown in just a few minutes. Next slide, please. So here is a map of NEHA's regional affiliates, and you can see your states here. Some affiliate areas are larger than the others. So, for example, Tracy, she has a pretty large area. She's in the lower the blue area, light blue. So we tried to be able to communicate with you not only virtually, but if we are able to in person, for example, at some of your AECs. I try to attend the board meetings, and luckily it's been virtual, but I have been able to go to, for example, Arizona to meet with their board. But we try to connect with you. But here is a map. So if you see where you're at, this is a representation of NEHA regional affiliates. Next slide, please. And basically what we're going to do here is, I believe, Heather, if I'm correct, we're going to ask Dr. Brown to talk about the new mission anchored in the past and the future. Is that correct?
Yep, we're good to go.
All right, Dr. Brown, it is on you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I really appreciate it. And you folks are really the key to our mission. We're member driven, and we're focusing on our members. And our new mission is anchored in the past and the future. And our new mission statement is to build, sustain, and empower an effective environmental health workforce. So you folks are why the staff comes to work every day, why national leadership and regional leadership like yourself are here, is we're trying to make the environmental health workforce and the practitioners' lives a little bit easier and better. Next slide, please. So our new vision reflects a new era. If you remember our long vision, and one of the challenges of environmental health is we're a mile wide and an inch deep, right? We're not like a civil engineer. You sort of have an idea. They make bridges, etc. They do roads. For us, we've got so many different areas. You can do vectors, you can do food, you can do water. My specialty is more occ health, industrial hygiene. So for somebody who's got ADHD like myself, it's a great field because it never gets old. It's always evolving. It's always changing. So our new vision is healthy environments, protected communities, and empowered professionals. And we hired marketing professionals, and we'll talk about this in a little bit. And we also got professionals involved because we're environmental health specialists. We're not marketing folks. So they helped us with our new mission statement, our new vision statement. And if we go to the next slide, our new logo. So our new logo represents a new era. And it's simple, but the leaves represent growth and the environment. And the various colors of blue represent the environment and nature. And the marketers could get all really deep into thought about all this stuff. I'm, as you can see, I'm a fashionista wearing my Santa Hawaiian shirt today. I only get 1 month a year to wear it, so I had to jump on it. But it's simple, it speaks to people, and we hope you're there with us to help share the message. Next slide, please.
There's no sound.
Sorry, there was no sound on that.
You have to stop sharing and then share again, but
Oh.
share sound first.
Okay. Let's just move to the next slide.
here we go. So this explains it, and I'll read real quick for folks.
Do you want me to do it, Gary?
That would be great, Chana, because you're the expert. You're the boss. I'm only the
Yes.
bus driver.
Hi,
Thank you.
everyone. I'm Chana. I'm the communication director, and I'm the one that talks in these sort of airy-fairy, non-scientific ways that are more difficult for Dr. Brown. So our brand is really, the petals represent sort of, as Dr. Brown said, excitement for what's next. After COVID, after all the change that we've been through, it's a new era. What is possible? The range of the colored petals, we like to say, is really the importance of including different perspectives in environmental health when you're doing the work. Also, the petals above the EH, if you saw in the video, we like to think of it as shelter for the environmental health workforce from that rain, which might be political rain, might be actual rain, lots of things hitting EH. We like to be a little bit of a protector. And then finally, all of the font is hand drawn, it's bespoke. And for that, we like to say that reflects the rich and original history of NEHA and, environmental health from the very beginning, the cornerstone of public health. So that is our brand story. Is that good, Dr. Brown?
It's much better than I could have ever said.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And that's, and that's something I think that's a little bit different today's NEHA than years past. We're getting experts and specialists like Chana in who can assist us, because a lot of us, like me, myself, I'm just a science guy. So next slide, please. And I'm gonna let Chana talk about this one.
Yeah, we can probably skip this one, Heather. I think the important thing here for folks to take away is that the way we see it is that our promise to you and to the environmental health workforce is that we're going to provide shelter to you, and that may look like advocacy, education, or community, but that we're together a collective workforce. So what we're trying to say is we're all in this together and we're moving forward. We got you, I think is what we're trying to do. Next slide.
And I'm going to discuss advocacy. This is something that we've been doing now for a number of years. And we meet with elected leaders. We have an annual Hill Day where we meet with federal leaders. But we need you folks, and a lot of you do reach out to us as your state RVPs and also members for local communities to alert us when there is an issue that you need the National Environmental Health Association, NEHA, to assist you with. So we have the advocacy's really helped, I believe, in a lot of ways. We've got included in the Public Health Workforce Act. We've gotten additional funding for FDA. So we are trying to help the profession, and we know, and this is something I think that's changed in my time in NEHA, because I've been with them 21 years. We realize you've got to be at the table. If you're not at the table, your voices are going to be heard. So we are meeting with leaders, and I actually met with myself and RVP Tim Hatch met with some congressional folks when we had our board meeting in October. So we are advocating for you on a daily basis. Next slide.
So
And-
I can,
Please go ahead, Chana.
oh, this is Heather. I
Heather,
can
yeah.
go ahead and speak about one of our new member benefits. It's community. It's hopefully you've seen it and participated, maybe even gotten some good information off of it. But if you haven't, you have no idea what I'm talking about, please reach out to me. It is an online community through NEHA, and that is only open to members. And it's a place where you can share information like resources. Maybe you read a great article, or you can ask a question. You can even do polls and surveys. and you can just connect with other people in your field. So it's just a really great place, and we're seeing a lot of really good action and a lot of good sharing on there. And that's it for community, unless anybody has questions about it.
I just wanted to share a comment that someone made on community. I think it was last week, or someone new to the profession asked, what kind of pen do you recommend that doesn't stop working when you're working outside in the cold weather? Great question. They talked about pens, and it was so great to see all these folks who've been doing this work for a long time be like, pencil, pencil. So it's things like that where you can just have this community who gets you and has advice. So just wanted to pass that on. I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah, thanks, Jonna.
And our NEHA affiliate relationship, this is something that's critical to NEHA, and we want to be here to support you. One of the things we're talking about developing, and we will get to you folks, the new marketing campaign is a toolkit to help you folks market the profession in your local communities and state communities. Another thing NEHA does is we try to have a national representation to speak at your annual conferences. And also something I'm pretty excited about is we're working to get younger folks involved in regional and national positions. And that's something that really makes me happy. Next slide, please. And this is Michelle now.
Thank you, Dr. Brown, and thank you, Chana and Heather. So in discussion of affiliate needs, again, as Dr. Brown mentioned, we are here to support the national unity, and specifically for the affiliates to support you. And one way we do that is we will help a network. This community blog, you would say, I watch it every day. And it has been a great way that I've seen people connect to each other, not only within your own affiliate area, but also outside. If you have not had an opportunity to go onto the community network, please take a look at our website. And Chana, if you don't mind, do you mind putting a link on the chat for people to be able to go on later on, maybe after this discussion?
For sure. Yep.
Thank you. So as I mentioned, affiliates are independently governed. So as you know, you have your own charters within your affiliate area, within your states, and those charters cover what your responsibilities are. So responsibilities for obtaining funding to support your activities. And in addition to that, hopefully we'll be able to promote some of NEHA's programs, such as when I look at some of my affiliate websites, they have a link to the NEHA website there. So if there's a AEC NEHA conference, that's added to the website. Or another way is training. If your state requires CEUs, whether, for example, in California, we accept California CEUs, but we accept NEHA CEUs, continuing education units. So that's one way that you can put courses on there, or online courses, or in-person courses, to have that available to you and your members. And we also hope that as that affiliate, NEHA affiliate presidents have one member that's either the president of the board and maybe one additional good standing affiliate as a NEHA member. We hope you would be able to represent NEHA as well on your affiliate boards and communicate the importance of our relationship, your affiliate and NEHA relationship. To be an affiliate membership, there must be at least 10 NEHA active or are lifetime members of NEHA. And the majority of our affiliates do have that. They have at least 10 NEHA members. We are working with other territories, For example, Puerto Rico recently reached out, and Tim Hatch is, thank you. Thank you, Tim. Tim Hatch is working with Puerto Rico, and so is Rochelle. She's the RVP over territories and helping them. And I know there's other in the Pacific Islands that are thinking about becoming affiliates. So as a affiliate president, hopefully you would provide us a list of the current affiliate officers and committees and the time and place of your annual business meeting. So we ask a few things again. Who's your current president? Sometimes and if you don't mind placing yourself on mute. I don't know who's there you go. So if you don't mind placing, giving us your current president, sometimes it changes yearly, sometimes it changes bi-yearly, but who is your current president? And then also, who's on your board? And then some of the names of the people on the board, because they, in most cases, for example, the president-elect will be the next president. And then we also ask when your annual business meeting is. We're hoping that we can maybe join in a couple times, or if you'd like, depending on your regional vice president, how often we're able to make it. But we're there to help you with any help that you can have. Like I said, the most recent one that I've been to, I was able to say, hey, in California, they do this. And then connecting some information from California to Arizona, because they are working on their own conference, as well as the National Environmental Health AEC, which, as we'll mention later on, will be in late July. And vice versa, how can the AEC help your affiliate? And then we hope that the affiliates would work with environmental students and attending colleges and universities within their state. That's a big push right now. We need to fill in the gaps, and I think that goes along everywhere, is how do we increase our numbers and who we can hire? I know a lot of states are, that's a big challenge right now, is the qualified employees to hire as environmental health specialists, and not only in the retail food, not only in government, but in industry as well. Is where are those qualified people? And the only way we get that is if you can help us represent at the colleges, at the universities. Some affiliates are even going to high schools and getting people interested in environmental health, in food safety, in land use, in solid waste, in hazmat, all those fun programs that we do. You are the professionals, and hopefully we can work together to start bringing up the kids in high schools and colleges and community colleges, and letting them know about our fun job, because we do have a fun job if you admit it. And the next thing what I'll do is, I know we have a lot going on. I see a lot of things going on in our chat. If Heather, if you don't mind, help me. I see these chats come up as we go. But NEHA is building a library of resources that will help you. NEHA, as Chana mentioned, Chana and her team and other NEHA staff have been working really hard to improve the website so that we can provide more information to you, your affiliates, and all members and non-members to be able to go on and give you the resources that you need. For example, we have Doug, who Dr. Brown talked about earlier, who can help also with some of the information, the legislation that's going on right now. And for example, the commissioner, this deputy commissioner for New York, I saw her at a meeting last week, and she asked, how can NEHA help me with trying to fight this food freedom? There is a very strong proponent of home kitchens that has gone to their governor and wants home kitchens in New York. And she needs she asked for NEHA's help to provide resources, to provide legislation. So I connected her to Doug. And that's one example that how we NEHA can help you, whether it's a regional vice president or reaching out to one of our NEHA executive board members. And next slide, please. Okay, so we got some more to talk about. So I know there's a lot of things here to talk about. So we also, as I mentioned, will build strong associations. We're going to start with this affiliate leadership workshop, and we would like to reach out to you. And how often do you think that would be? So in the chat, if you could put in, what do you see moving forward, and how we all, with regional vice presidents and yourself, how we can work together. What's one way that we can make more use of our future meetings? And do you think 3 times a year is sufficient? For example, one meeting in the winter, like today, one meeting in the spring, and one meeting in the AEC, definitely at the AEC. And speaking of the AEC, we would hope that the affiliate president will attend our affiliate workshops. And that's one way how we can talk to you about what is going on in the association in NEHA. Dr. Brown and the upcoming president will talk. Dr. Dijak talks, Dave talks. We have a lot of information in that AEC meeting. The purpose of the 2 additional meetings in winter and spring would be in between. What's going on? What do you need from us? How can we improve our relationship? So if you could put in the chat, in your opinion, how often, other than the AEC, would you like to meet? Would it be 1 time a year, 2 times a year? And is 1 hour sufficient? 90 minutes? You can 75. If you can put in the chat, how much time would be sufficient for us to get together? And we meant for this to be an hour because we do want to include some questions. But if you can put that in the chat. Let's see. Let's reach out to we do have some regional vice presidents that joined us again. So again, from Region 1, that's Alaska, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. We have William Eminger. Bill, are you on the line?
I don't think he is.
You don't think he is? Okay. You got me. I've been talking all this time, so I'm going to reach out to you. Let's see, Rochelle. Rochelle, Region 3, are you on the line?
I am. Good
Hi,
morning.
Rochelle. Good morning. Rochelle, what areas do you cover, and what are some of the things that you've done for outreach for your region?
So Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, Montana, and then some of the affiliates outside of the US. We recently had a regional meeting where I'm hoping that the different affiliates can learn from each other, share resources. So that's kind of my big push in my area, is getting those set up. And I feel like it was really successful. Hopefully the group that's on here feels that way too. So.
Thank you, Rochelle. That's one thing I hope to do as well. That's a good way for outreach. Thank you, Rochelle. And Region 4, I know Kim may not have been able to attend, but Kim, are you on the line? Okay. Region 5, Tracy, again, Tracy is Arkansas, Kansas, Louisiana, Missouri, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas. She covers a lot. Tracy.
Yeah. So same as Rochelle, we've started doing some regional meetings. I call them collaboration meetings, trying to set that up. So that's a quarterly thing. So kind of alternating now if we start doing more of these national ones, and then just trying to share kind of best practices. The nice thing for us is with the business and industry affiliate rolling up in our region, that also pulls in FEHA, because the president of the BIA is the executive director of the Florida affiliate. And so we've been able to get a lot of learnings from them, especially since they have some pretty strong numbers and very extensive AECs that go on down there. So, and then the one thing that I want to kind of focus on in the future is trying to integrate the BIA more with the different state affiliates. So every time I go to any of the conferences, we talk about how most of the state affiliates would like to have more industry and business involved in it, and we would as well. So as my day job, I work for McDonald's as a food safety manager, and most of the people that are in the BIA, it's still a fairly small affiliate because it isn't locally based. So everything we do is very much virtual other than during the national AEC. But I think there's the opportunity to maybe partner a bit more with some various states and see if there's something else we can do to kind of continue to expand that. And the BIA is mostly food people at this point, a little bit of body art, but we really would like to start looking at expanding beyond that and all the different environmental health sectors out there, because there are businesses and industries in all of them, not just in food and body art. So a lot of stuff that we can do there, but absolutely lots more that we could be doing, and we are definitely going to try to start focusing on as we move forward.
Thank you, Tracy. And I saw Jared on the chat. I was very happy to meet somebody from industry who attended the Arizona affiliate board meeting. And I just thought that was awesome. So your idea of bringing the BIA into the affiliate meetings, thank you, Tracy. I will definitely reach out to mine and hopefully start incorporating them.
And then one other thing, just to let everybody know, is we do webinars, free webinars fairly regularly, and they are usually approved for CEUs through NEHA, Florida, and kind of wherever. So just keep an eye out for those. Check out our website, then it's nehabia.org, because even we record them all and they're there. So great resource for getting some extra training in CEUs, as well as engaging with, again, some more of the industry. So, yep.
Thank you, Tracy. You
Hey,
carry
Michelle,
on a
this is-
lot.
Hey, Michelle, this is
yes.
James.
Hi, James.
I just want to add to what Tracy was saying about the BIA, because at the AEC in Spokane 2022, there was a very robust discussion at the BIA about various topics and agenda items. And if those meeting minutes were not already posted to the NEHA BIA website, that'd be very valuable. That way, those who are on this call or who may want to be on this call could look at that, because one of the areas I think would be helpful, and this kind of ties into some of the things that Gary talked about, because he deals with occupational safety, industrial hygiene. One of the people attending that BIA meeting was someone who represents one of the stakeholders, who was safety data sheets. And we think about the different things connected with food sanitation and sterilization, with all the chemicals that may be used, and making sure our members have awareness on some level about the importance and use of safety data sheets. And so I know that there was a member at that meeting, so that may be something worth exploring further through BIA and for general awareness and advocacy. Thanks.
That's great, James. Thank you. All right, so our Region 6, Nikki Lemon. Nikki's Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, and Ohio. Nikki, are you on the line? Okay, I know she has a new position, so it may have been challenging to come today, as well as Kim. So let's go to Region 7, the awesome Tim Hatch. He has Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee. Hi, Tim. How can you help, and what have you done that would help us, not only regional vice presidents, but others to start connecting? Oh, maybe, is he still on the line? I know he was here earlier. Okay, Tim, if you're
Yeah.
still on. Oh,
He's still on the line.
okay. Okay, Tim, when you're able to come back on, just give us a shout. Okay, next one, Region 8, again, also awesome. Everybody's awesome. We have Commander James Beckart, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Washington, D.C., West Virginia, and all NEHA members of the U.S. Armed Forces residing outside of the United States. James, we recently talked about maybe incorporating the Indian Health Services and some of the military and these affiliate conferences. What have you done, or how can you help in bridging those memberships?
Well, Tracy, thanks for the question. I think it's helpful for the general membership to realize that those who are not maybe connected with the uniformed services in any way, so DoD, U.S. Public Health Service, and NOAA, that those are members that may be in your state or your region. And I'm aware that there are certain of those members that are connected with their respective state or affiliate, and that's great. We just want to make sure that those folks feel welcome, and to make sure that you reach out to them as part of your affiliate leadership outreach to your members, to make sure those members can, not only attend, but maybe if they want to guest present, and just make it as engaging as possible for the members, because many of those members would like to present, and candidly, not only they have knowledge, but actually they would like to present more than likely, because it contributes to the profession and also helps with their officership. So the reaching out to the uniformed services members is a win-win situation for everyone connected. And it's also another one of those dynamics where, only about 10% of the current U.S. population is connected with the uniformed services in any way, whether someone served, had a family member served, or a friend that served in some way. So it's really important for us to remember that the uniformed services folks are a valuable knowledge asset, as well as hands-on participant for these activities and to further the mission of NEHA. So that's kind of my general feedback. Any other thoughts there, Michelle?
Yeah, I think we had a great conversation specifically for one of my affiliates. They have a large area where Indian Health Services is. And we spoke on how we can assist this affiliate. Are you able to act as a bridge? And I know that we were going to try to reach out to another commander as a training officer, but for Indian Health Services, because there's multiple states where Indian Health Services is serving, how can you, a regional vice president, NEHA, help with that?
I think one of the other elements that I shared with, I think it was either with Chana or with Heather, was if a one-page PDF could be produced, that is a good marketing tool generally for the affiliates to use, just to basically the selling points, the value add of not only the membership, but also the officership to participate in continuing education and to be part of that teaching outreach. So it not only just like the civilians may have the benefit of having, a presentation or other publication to their CV, that rings true for the public health service officers. So any outreach, they're a great knowledge base. Many of them already not only have the degree, but they already have one or more of the NEHA credentials, so they can speak in an authoritative way and a helpful way to the membership. Whether it's speaking or helping out behind the scenes. So really, I think it's a matter of it's a kind of a two-way street where the uniformed service member in a given state that's connected with a certain agency like the Indian Health Service may reach out to their state affiliate or region, and also that affiliate in that area reaching back to their uniformed services members that may be in their state or region. So it's really a two-way street. If you make it a two-way street, it really value adds on both sides.
Love that idea. Thank you. I look forward to seeing that PDF.
Right. Make sure it's keep it simple rule. Don't reinvent the wheel, just make the process work better. That's my mantra from day one.
Absolutely. Thank you. Okay, so I don't know if you know, but the Region 9, Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island, and Vermont. Luckily, I had my copy. That was previously under the Regional Vice President Larry Ramden. He vacated the position, now is a second vice president for NEHA, so on the executive board. So recently, Robert Urich has been elected to now represent Region 9. Robert, are you on the line, and do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. So, well, yes, just appointed. So I am brand new kid on the block. This is all new to me. I'm taking it all in and hopefully I'll get up to speed. But I really appreciate hearing the examples from the other RVPs. So I'm making notes and any help I can look forward to asking maybe some other RVPs. I like what what was it, Colorado was doing there. That sounds great. So I am taking it all in. I appreciate it. And hello, everybody from Region 9.
Thank
Glad
you.
to have glad to have you on board, Bob.
Yes,
Thanks.
Bob, welcome. And not only do we as RVPs work together, we support each other. We provide information to each other, but also affiliates, we're here for you. So we as NEHA, as the executive board, as regional vice presidents, we are your connector. We have a vast resource nationwide and now international. Dr. Dijak and Dr. Brown and previous Roy and our previous past presidents have worked very hard to also connect us internationally. So let us be your resource for information. Let us help you with membership and vice versa. You know your local information. You know your members. If there's any way that if you can pass NEHA information on, especially these scholarships that help local jurisdictions, internships that help college students in the local areas. If you can forward that information to your members, that's how we work together in this. So what we'll do from here is, Heather, can you help me? I know there's a lot on the chat. I have not been keeping an eye on it. What are some of the questions that have been asked in the chat?
Yeah, there's actually been a lot. So one of the questions was actually suggestions for assistance for affiliates, and they're looking for assistance with web development and strategic planning. So just wanted to put that out there. Also, there was a comment about we should be speaking to each other, as in other states, other affiliates, about issues such as, the food freedom issue. And that's one of the things that we had talked about as the RVPs is with the launch of community, maybe there's an opportunity there for the sharing of ideas and conversations that could really be private just amongst the affiliate leaders.
Mm-hmm. So let's see, the strategic plan. Anybody from Dr. Brown to the regional vice presidents, what information can you provide to help answer that question regarding the strategic plan? How can NEHA help in that? Anybody?
We will be working on a new strategic plan. And I'm sure we'll make that just not only to the regional leadership, but all the membership. We've been really busy the past year rolling out our new marketing campaign, new logo, new mission, vision statement, new website. One of the things I didn't realize until I got in this position, changing our website involves changing 36 separate programs. So when you change one thing, it changes a lot of different things. So, but that is something we are looking in the future. Good question.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. And for membership, I can speak specifically for one of the affiliates that I work with, as Heather and Michelle have helped a lot in providing information. They were able to meet with the affiliate board to give information on how to help with membership. And that's where ideas such as reaching out to the military or to Indian Health Services, colleges, schools. That was one way that we can help with the membership question. Let's see, what else do we have, Heather?
So there was also a comment on the impact of technology on industry, health equity issues, climate change impacts.
All right, Tracy, if I can pull you in regards to how is industry affected by technology? Do you mind helping me out with that question?
That's a pretty broad question. Obviously, we're doing our best to keep up with technology. I mean, just like everybody else, we have the similar challenges with workforce, and finding enough people work to help us, and then just working smarter, working faster. And so we are constantly looking at, like, how can we improve, simplify, improve, streamline. And so we do our best to look at technology. Now, of course, like everything, it's a balance, because technology costs money. So I think it's just one of those things where we're always exploring, always looking, finding what's viable, what makes the most sense for whatever business you're in. Because again, we cover quite a few businesses if you think about it from an environmental health perspective. And then choosing the solutions that work best for us, and then scaling it up. So just depending again on your business, if you're, a smaller organization, it might, and you're much more nimble, you'll be able to deploy something easier than a McDonald's, where with 14,000 restaurants, you have to look at it from a very strategic standpoint. As I was asking about strategy before. So yeah. So I think it's one of those things that it's definitely not going to go away. I think everybody's looking at it across the board, whether you're thinking of industry, regulatory, academia, whatever it might be. And I think we can all kind of lean into each other. And what you'll probably see is we are working on for the 2023 AC is to have an industry track. And we'll try to be doing that a little bit more moving forward, where we can highlight some of those things so that everybody can kind of see what everybody else is working on, and what kind of tools and assistance there is out there. So I hope that answered the question. I don't know.
I think so. And Tracy actually hit on a good point, and Dr. Brown's on the line. That's one way too how NEHA can work with you as an affiliate. And Dr. Brown can help me more along with this line, but not only are we partners with industry, because we actually are, we're pretty much in the same world. We reach out to each other, we work with each other out in the field and in associations, but also with universities, with colleges, educational institutions. Dr. Brown, how do you recommend, and how can NEHA help when starting to connect with the educational institution?
And that's actually something we're doing right now. We started what's called the Group of Five, and it's National Environmental Health Association, Centers of Disease Control, Association of Environmental Health Academic Professionals, Environmental Health Accreditation Council, and the American Academy of Sanitarians. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to coalesce and bring our efforts together, but also that we're not duplicating efforts. And so this is something we're working on. NEHA has done a lot to support students. They've done the annual research competitions, scholarships, reduced the cost for students to come to the conference. One of the biggest things for local folks you can do is to reach out to a local university and see how you can help them, assist them. A lot of times we're looking for guest lecturers. One of the challenges in academia today is a lot of faculty do not have a working experience. They get their bachelor's, master's, doctorate, but they've never done it. And so having folks like you folks who've done it makes a huge difference and really helps bring that perspective to the field. So also just talk to a student. If a student reaches out to you or be willing, like our students have a club They have an actual meet in the life, I think it's called, and they actually have different professionals come in and discuss. We do an annual symposium. So that's some of the things that we can do. Thank you.
Oh, that's perfect, Dr. Brown. Thank you. That's actually a great answer. And also, NEHA represents, as Dr. Brown had mentioned, NEHA also represents you at CDC and FDA in multiple aspects. Well, not only in the educational component, NEHA has in-person classes, as online, used to be in-person, online classes where they worked very closely with FDA in not working on these courses, improving these courses, but also CDC. So currently I represent NEHA at the CDC FSMA committee. So what I'm going to start doing, I reached out to the NEHA board and some of the staff in regards to foodborne illnesses. So maybe, and that's just think of one of the ways that I as a representative, what's going on at the local jurisdiction, because we at locals, when it comes to foodborne illnesses, we need the data, we need the information. We talked about food freedom earlier, but there's a lot of other things going on there where CDC can listen to us and help us. So that's one way NEHA represents you, and that's just one way out of a million. Heather, what else? What other questions do we have that we haven't covered yet?
Yeah, I was going to ask Harry Hafer to unmute and ask his question.
Hi, Harry.
Howdy, and I'll even show my face. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for this opportunity. I think it's fantastic what you're doing to help involve the affiliates more and give us a chance to provide some feedback and you know, ideas, thoughts, things that could help us out and either gain new members and just expand the profession, obviously. So in Nebraska here, unfortunately, this the Department of Ag is looking at reducing our view, our state affiliate viewpoint, the requirements for food inspectors. Right now, state statute does require a person to either have a provisional EHS or be an REHS. But now they've added reference to this National Food Code, which basically just says they should have the knowledge, skills, and ability to adequately perform the required duties. And it does go on to say they also need to still have access to training and continuing ed, at least, to help identify violations and apply the code. But we're a little concerned. I believe in our region already, I think South Dakota's dropped their requirement if they ever had it. I'm not sure. And I think I just heard Minnesota might be having something come up related to this. I think we have a Minnesota person I see joined us, but can maybe mention that. But we are behind our time frame of trying to get a letter into NDA because it's probably going to get introduced into our legislature in January. A little concern on that aspect of watering down, I guess, the REHS. We have had a staff member that come in with the, was it CPFS, the Certified Professional Food Service, I think it's called, which is obviously focused more directly on food and aspects of that, and not, you know, it's also a certificate from NEHA, but a little concerned that if this is starting to happen nationally, that you know, things could start affecting, you know, NEHA as a whole, but also even Nebraska and our annual conference and membership that we have. So I'll stop it with that and go ahead and hide my face. Thank you.
Thank you, Harry. That's actually a great question and comment. That is happening throughout the country. I don't know, Dr. Brown, or if Doug or anybody from his team is here, but what are you seeing, Dr. Brown? What's the consequence of this going around the country? Because I am seeing it. I know one of my states does not require an REHS or EHS and does not require CEUs from NEHA.
About half the states require the RAHS or an RS. and half don't. And unfortunately, one of the things I think we're seeing in our field is that they're trying to drop the RS of the REHS because they can't find qualified people. So a lot of legislatures, instead of saying, okay, well, maybe to attract qualified people, we've got to increase salaries or make things a little bit more desirable. They try to make the requirements to get into the job easier and therefore causing a burden on the local and state folks. One of the things we can do is help you with talking points to your legislature about the importance of having certified folks, how involved our job is. A lot of folks don't realize how all the different activities we do. So Kentucky, they do require the RS. You have to have it within, I think it's the first year, and you've got to maintain it. So some states, it's the local health departments required, others don't. I give people the example of, it's like having a licensed physician, right? I mean, would you want to have a licensed physician or an unlicensed physician? Call me crazy, but there's some standards here. So I hope that answered the question. We can try to help you, try to make sure that you maintain the certification requirement. Because I think once you lose it, it's hard to get it back.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. And one of the areas also NEHA is involved with, and NEHA has many representatives at the Partnership for Food Protection. This is one of the questions that's also occurring there, along with other areas, but this has been a discussion on the federal level as well, including the training. So NEHA has taken this on as a question. I know many states are dealing with the same thing, is one qualified inspectors are even coming in. My jurisdiction in the county where I work have decided to no longer hire trainees. So that's our base right there, is the trainees. So how do we convince our management or higher than that, that bringing in one trainee a year or how often is important to keep our base? Because I know me, I'm hoping to retire in a couple of years. So we need somebody to help with that base. Thank you. Tim, I see your hand up. What do you have? Hi.
Yeah, so just real quickly, for those on the call, understand that NEHA hasn't in a while, but we have a somewhat recent salary study of regional-based environmental health practitioners, what entry level, what so many years of experience should garner. That has helped in some jurisdictions to review the local and even state level salaries for environmental health practitioners. The other thing is, and I don't know the date of this, maybe some of the staff can help. We did produce a white paper or a position statement, excuse me, a position statement that basically supported the fact that environmental health practitioners should be degreed individuals, because environmental health is a science. And there are some jurisdictions that hire folks with a high school diploma to do some of the, I guess, less technical environmental health tasks, such as following up on complaints, issuing garbage notices, those type of things. So we, as an association, continue to have the stance that we are scientists. We do have scientific backgrounds, understand that what we do involves microbiology, chemistry, environmental science, all those involved. And so having a strong affiliation with the National Association, as Dr. Brown mentioned earlier, we do have the ear of some state and federal politicians to understand that environmental health is a practice.
Thank you, Tim. And one of the emails and surveys that has been sent out recently that we hope that you can pass on to your members is the needs assessment. So I know that's been put out a few months ago. Chana, Heather, one of the staff, are you able to talk more about the needs assessment survey that was sent out?
Shauna, are you still on the line? I'm sorry, Michelle, I don't have a lot of information on that.
Okay, so basically, in short, I'm not the expert on this, but in short, that's a survey that was put out for local and state jurisdictions in what are you requiring? What are you asking for in regards to the job? What kind of education? What is your jurisdiction currently doing for hiring? So if you take a look at that, please go through that, send that off. That's one of the ways NEHA is working with FDA to find out who's doing our job, what's needed. And those are some of the surveys that you can keep an eye out for those, that NEHA works in conjunction with FDA, with CDC, to get this information out on a national level. So at some point we need to work together and bring all our information together so that we have a strong core to be able to say, this is who we are, this is what it requires to be us, and this is what we need. And if we can work together on that, I think we would be able to make a stronger argument for keeping the RHS. Anything else you want to add? Dr. Brown, I'll add you first. Is there any closing comments that you would like to say?
Oh, thank you everyone for all your hard work and dedication. We really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Brown. And now I'm going to reach out to Michael, you have your hand up. Hi, Michael.
Good afternoon. Joining a bit late because of technicalities that was being experienced. But as an affiliate outside of the America, Jaffe, we look to see how we can work together in support, whether access to scholarships, training, or your internship programs. Knowing the challenges that we face too, that we do have an even a stronger relationship with the university here in Jamaica, the UTEC, because at times we have a lot of students graduating and our system are unable at times to take up all our trained officers, or even to complete the training that an internship is required. So in looking to our affiliate, NEHA, we want to know how we, in terms of the benefit that is extended to affiliates outside the United States, and even trainings that are available, even to lacks the requirement for the REHS, I don't know, but how can we greater strengthen our partnership?
Thank you, Michael. And you actually have the right people on the line to take that question further, is how can we work with the affiliates with maintaining the RHS, but if the educational level is not met, how do we work together? And that's a question that I think Dr. Brown is working on now. So hopefully we'll have a better answer for you at our next meeting or even at the AEC. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know, I've not seen the abstracts call for abstracts going out, that even to facilitate a presentation from affiliates external, like when we come to the NEHA conference, a presentation from our perspective on various issues, be entertained, Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And hopefully, I know this year has closed, but for the 2024 AEC, hopefully you get that link
Okay,
for the
thanks.
timelines. Thank you. So now I'm going to reach out to the RVPs for any closing comments. Bill, and let's start with you.
No
Yeah, I like
comments.
that. Nice and short. Thank you, Bill. And I'll do mine last. So I think Rochelle, if you're the next one up, any closing comments?
I
think-
think Rochelle bolted. She
Yeah.
had
Okay,
a message.
Tracy, you're next.
Yep, no, I think this is great. Appreciate all the information. Love the engagement from the affiliate leaders. Saw a lot of good responses in terms of doing this, 2 or 3 times a year. So looking forward to just really like having robust discussions, and obviously don't hesitate to reach out in between these as well. I mean, that's what we're here for. So find out who, if you're not sure at this point who your RVP is, find it out and connect with them because they are your resource. We're here to help.
Thank you, Tracy.
Mhm.
And let's do Tim. Are you still on the line, Tim?
Yeah, I'm here. So again, thanks for the time everyone took to be here today, and I concur with what Tracy just said. We as RVP should be reaching out to the affiliate presidents, but if for some reason you have not had that contact, please let President Brown know that we need to make efforts to do that. So I'm glad to see South Carolina and Florida represented here today for my region. So thanks everyone.
Thank you, Tim. And Tim made an important point. Please make sure you can put in the email in the chat if you like. If you have not been reached out to by your RVPs, if you can put your email or the best email. I know some affiliates have a general email, such as, let's say, for example, California Environmental Health Association, for me, email, or Arizona Environmental Health Association. If there's a particular email that you would like your RVP would have, and as well as our membership, we appreciate that. And Commander Speckhart, what do you say?
Yes, thanks, Michelle. No, great discussion, very candid discussion by all involved. And I did see one of my affiliates, National Capital, around the DC area on, so I appreciate it. I didn't see any other ones from my region represented, but just good discussion, and look forward to next steps going into 2023. Thanks all.
Thank you. And let's see, Robert?
Yes, again, thank you for everybody's welcome to me. And I look forward to working with everyone. And this is great. Yeah, the discussion is, I'm all ears. So thank you.
And I'm looking through the participants, and I'm going to point you out. We have past President Roy. Are you still, Roy Kruger, are you still on the line?
I am, Michelle, thank you. So the only thing I'll add is we are always here to support you. And if you're not finding the information you need, please reach out to us. You know, I'm going through the chat here and I'm seeing several questions that may still be pending. And so hopefully we can get back with you. But if you don't hear an answer, please reach out to us, where you can find us on the NEHA website. You can find us in the back of the journal. We've known each other for a long time. So if you know one of us and not someone else, then reach out to the person you do know, even if they're not in your region, so that we can get you the information and the help that you need. And we really want to be there for the profession and for all of you as members. So I love hearing from you. I'll talk to anybody whenever I can, before hours, after hours, during the day when I can. Just let me know. I'm out there to help, and I think all the rest of us are as well.
Thank you, Roy. That was Roy Kruger, past president. So I'm going to ask if Tom is still on the line. He's the upcoming president-elect.
Yeah, I guess I would second what Roy had to say, which is don't hesitate to bug us anytime you're interested, feel like we can help you out in one way or another. I think it's an exciting and challenging time for environmental health professionals, as you guys have covered. We're not where we want to be, but we are, I think NEHA is actively working on getting us where we should be. And so insight from you, keeping us aware of the challenges you face, will really help us do better for you. And we're all stronger if our affiliates are stronger as well. So don't hesitate to, I think, your peer-to-peer network is great. We are also available, and don't hesitate to reach out to us anytime. I'm a huge advocate of environmental health specialists being the Swiss Army knives of the health department and able to respond to anything and often asked to respond to everything. So we want to support you in that endeavor. Thanks.
Thank you, Tom. And oh my gosh, when I was a vector control, I had the coolest Swiss Army knife. But and that's who we are. We're cool. Our job is cool. And we, as NIA, we appreciate you, Michelle DiMaggio, the chair of the affiliate and region vice president. I see you, Jared and Andres. Thank you from Region 2. All of us, thank you for today. We do have a lot of information in the chat that we'll go through. Heather or Chana, if you're able to put the website for the affiliate page in the chat, that way, if nobody's been able to go to that website, they can be able to look at that. But looks like quarterly was one of the options that many people put into for future meetings. So we'll determine hopefully within the next couple of months, at least by February. I'm going to put that as a goal. We'll reach out to you, whether it be 3 to 4 times for us to meet. But really, we especially look forward to seeing you in person at the AEC. And Chana, remind me, I think that's July 1st through August 3rd.
Oh, no, I think it's
Or
yes, like
31st?
July 31st through
31st.
August 3rd.
Thank you. So my mind is like a lot going on right now. This cold is killing me. But the 31st of August 3rd, and we really hope to see you there as an affiliate president and upcoming president. We want to meet you, discuss further actions that we can help you. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you. We appreciate all you do. And we are here for you to work together with you. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day, great week, and happy holidays.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you. And Heather, if you can stay on the line. Great.